How you doing? My name is Michelle. A lot of you who are watching might already know me. For those who don't, I am Michelle. So nice to meet you. I'm here to talk about the situations that I've been hearing about with dealing with the New World Order, to, with dealing with the situations that are occurring with our government, to deal with the situations that are occurring with our economy, to deal with the situations that are occurring with Illuminati and other secret organizations. Um, I've come to realize after a lot of studying, I'm still studying on the New World movement is real, it's true, and it's something that we as a people have to um, really look at as a whole. Their motto is to divide and conquer. Um, Basically meaning that we divide everyone up to thinking that their problems are not the same as everyone else's problems. For that, we need to worry about our own situations and not worry about the next person. They've divided us, um, with dividing from the situations dealing with religion, um, dividing us from each other as a whole through race. Whatever the situation might be, they're finding ways to divide us. And through that way, they plan on conquering us as a whole, as it's being a one world. Um, when I think about this on a religious aspect, um, on a religious aspect, um, for those who are Christian, who believe in God but don't know God, um, who might have their own different aspects or whatever the situation might be, whatever part of they believe that in religion. Um, it's important for us to realize that we are in the times of the apocalypse. Um, I do believe that as of right now, as a Christian, as a whole, as a race, as everything that we could, uh, that we can ultimately try to divide ourselves from, we need to come together and we need to pray against against our nation and the government. We need to come together as a whole and unify so that we're able to be knowledgeable about what the situations are. Um, right now, they're having this chip that they are wanting to put into every person to dictate who you are, to dictate where your money is, to dictate where you're going, to take away the freedom that we have. Right now, they're controlling our freedom through finance. Um, Hence the reason why we're having such a hard time in America now and across the globe financially. Um, I guess what I'm really trying to say here is that we need to come together. We need to recognize the devil. We need to recognize the lies and the deceitfulness of what's going on. It's a very serious matter. And I think that once we start coming together and realizing things that outside of what this group might be trying to do, we'll be able to change our own destinies, change what they're trying to make us see. Right now, they're trying to put together with the new world one government. And as Christians, we know that in the Bible, it specifically speaks about having one government as a whole, um, one government, one unity. We realize that in Revelations. Please, please, if there's any way that we can unify and come together, let us try to find those ways instead of trying to fight against each other, because that's what they want, the Illuminati. Part of the group that's in this is the Rockefeller Group. And I'm sure a lot of people have heard about the Rockefeller Group because they're very powerful, as to say, rich, and ultimately the ones that are controlling the finance area. Um, we have to understand that our word is true. The Bible is true. Read Revelation. If you're not a Christian and you don't believe in the the things that the Bible says, then look it up to make me a lie. That's my challenge. Make me a liar. Look it up in Revelations, the book that was written thousands of years ago, hundreds of years ago. Look it up and see where it is discussing these matters. This has everything to do with Satan trying to kill, steal, and destroy, because that's his ultimate thing that he wants. And these people that are doing this are all following Satan's plan. A private group, Illuminati. Um, the first thing I would do, or first thing I would say, is when people use this sign right here, stop it. It is not of a matter of trying to be cool. It's not of a matter of trying to um, display any type of affection, because the sign language word of I love you would be with the thumb extended. Um, it's not a matter of those. This sign here, as I know that some people say, is part of um, that is part of the Texas football team. Okay, fine. Do what you may, do what you will. But for any other time, this is a sign. I'm sorry. Excuse me. This is the sign of the devil. This is a sign of the Illuminati. It's a sign of devil worshiping. Don't believe me? Look it up. Look up about the Illuminati. Look up about what they do. Look up what's their ultimate goal. Look up the new world Look this up for yourself. Become knowledgeable in what you're doing. Look how you're destroying yourself, how we're all destroying ourselves in this group. Look how we're all hurting each other. It's all part of their plan. The military are fighting a war that was designed 60 years ago to not ever be won because it's not a real war. There is no true war that's going on right now. None of it is real. It's all a way of keeping you terrified and distracting you from what they're trying to do. It's a big distraction. They're going to come up with these chips. I'm sorry, they have already came up with these chips, and a couple of people have already had them installed since the 9/11 occurrence. The 9/11 occurrence was not a terroristical act. It was something that was planned. When you hear about people saying that they're coming over because of a because they're being a terrorist and fighting the Americans, it's also part of a distraction. It's a distraction, people. Wake, please, please wake up for your own sake, for your family's sake, for mankind's sake. Wake up. It's not stuff that I'm just saying off of the top of my head. This is stuff that are factual. These things are factual and they're true. And if one person doesn't stand up and show their face and say, I refuse to be part of your Illuminati, a part of your um your means of trying to trap me, then we will all be fooled. Read your word. Read the Bible. It gives us signs of this. Look up the information for yourself. It's all over the place, but it's hidden. It's hidden in little specks. It's hidden in little words. Read up on your information about secret societies, secret religious societies. Don't join any society if you don't know what the ultimate goal is. I don't mean to step on anyone's feet, and I'm not here to offend anyone. But if you're part of a Freemason, you're part of an Eastern Star, they are all part of a group of the Illuminati. Okay? And this is important. This is important because you cannot say that you are worshiping God and yet you bow before an idol or an image. You can't. Look up the history of the Freemasons. I'm sorry to tell you, but the KKK and whatever religion, whatever society that's racially binding is, I'm sorry to say it, but I'm nowhere near, I'm not afraid of anything.